Norman might be a strict taskmaster when it came to running his business, but on his own time he preferred the company of the kind of lady who was always in charge. Sometimes, when he loosened his old school tie, you could catch a glimpse of the leash marks on his throat. Sir Norman hadn't got to where he was today through hard graft, talent, or even family connections. He owed it all to charm. A good luck charm, to be exact. The preserved paw of a puka. Very powerful magic, and very dangerous, because you could never be sure when the puka might turn up looking for it. But as long as Sir Norman made use of the paw to further his best interests, Lady Luck was always going to be in his corner, cheering him on. The car door opened, and Sir Norman got out. He wasn't much to look at, just another middle-aged man whose Savile Row suit had more style than he ever would. He didn't look round to see if anyone might be watching, because no one he knew would ever lower themselves to frequent an area like this. So he never saw me coming. I timed it carefully, so I seemed to be just strolling past as he stepped out onto the pavement. I had the ballpoint pen in my hand and hit the button the moment I was in arm's reach. And just like that, time slammed to a halt. The light around me darkened as it slid down the scale into infrared, and the air became as thick as treacle. I had to force my way through it, holding my breath because there was nothing to breathe. I slid one hand inside Sir Norman's jacket, forcing aside material that had become as hard as iron, grabbed hold of the white rabbit's paw, and pulled it out. The paw seemed almost to nestle into my hand, as though happy to be leaving such an undeserving master. I slipped it into my pocket and hit the button again. Time surged forward, and the everyday world returned. I continued down the street as though nothing had happened, and as far as Sir Norman was concerned, nothing had. Everything I'd done had taken place between one moment and the next, too fast to notice. I smiled as I put my pen away. Just one of the many useful things in my possession that helped to make me such a great thief. How did I get the pen? I stole it, of course. I knew about Sir Norman's lucky charm because I made it my business to listen in the kind of places where people like to talk. The quiet side street bars where the people who work for the people who matter like to congregate when they're off duty. So they can drown their sorrows, forget the day they've had, and share their troubles with people who understand. They always end up talking about things they're not supposed to discuss, just because they know they're not supposed to. It's such small rebellions that make their lives bearable. I listened unobtrusively, put the clues together, studied Sir Norman from the shadows, and weeks of careful planning paid off in a moment's dexterity and nerve. I rounded the first corner I came to and hurried down the street. I wanted to be far and far away when Sir Norman discovered his luck was gone. With the paw in my possession, all the bad luck it had been deflecting for so many years would soon come crashing down on Sir Norman, and serve him right. The puka's paw was a comfortable weight in my pocket, but I had no intention of hanging on to it. Partly because Sir Norman would undoubtedly move heaven and earth to get it back, but mostly because I had more sense than to annoy a puka. I was on my way to old Harry's place to exchange the paw for something far more useful. You've no doubt heard about those marvellous magic shops that sell wonders and treasures and all the stuff that dreams of avarice are made of. Strange establishments, hidden away down obscure back alleys, that come and go according to their own inscrutable whims. Old Harry's place isn't like that. It's a pawn shop that's always there and always open. You can find anything you want at Old Harry's place. All the other shops on the street were closed, and Harry's darkened window had nothing to show me but my own reflection. I took a moment to admire my new image. Tall, dark-haired, and just handsome enough to run most cons, I was wearing a black goatskin jacket, a brilliant white shirt, and grey slacks. I don't do colours these days. I'm making a statement. I nodded to my reflection, and it winked back at me. A small, flickering neon sign above the door.